Hello, it is I, Brigit, here once again.
Dear Tim and Nick, 3 reasons I should not be forced to be retired. 1, I'm cute and good looking and handsome.
Hoping to stave off retirement for just a little while longer.
2, I'm generally well liked, I think, by most people, except for maybe one.
And encouraging everyone to stay hydrated. That's all.
And 3, I need to provide for my family. I am having a baby in September, and her father cannot be a loser. Love, Brandon. P.S. I don't have a P.S.
Hello there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fandom Fights. We are here in round 2 of the Omega tournament, the first match of round number 2 of the Omega tournament. We have the number 7 seed, Brandon Cohen, going up against the number 6 seed, Brigit Colwell. I just got to say a couple things. I really like both these people. I love that Brigit has made the stay hydrated thing like a catchphrase. Like, I know that she's like probably very serious about that in like her real life, but I love that she's brought it here and like made it a thing. I think that's very fun. Also, Brandon, I think Brandon is, I'm interested to know who the one person he thinks doesn't like. Nazario? Maybe Nazario? I don't know. Anyway, I like both these people. I don't want to see either of them in the finals because if one of them is in the finals, then that means that they're closer to a retirement. I don't want that, but one of them has to go. One of them will win and exit the tournament, and one of them will move on. It's going to be very exciting. Both of these players played really well in their previous match, where they lost to have to get to this one. So I think it really could be anybody's game here today. Let's go start the match and see what happens. So round number 1, here's how it's going to work. There are going to be 10 questions from 10 random categories in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each question is worth 1 point a piece. If you get all 10 questions correct, you're going to be issued a bonus question to you, only to you. You get 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we start round number 1?
Nope.
Awesome. All right, we'll kick it off with the first question, which is coming in the category of American Spies. Which American Spies film was the first to feature a Treadstone operative? Those were some words I said. I watched a movie yesterday. It was not this one that I'm asking about, but I haven't watched a movie today, and I think when this is done, I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling particularly, I don't know, Hitchcocky this evening. 5.
Ooh, me too.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brigit.
Wish I knew what that was. Mission Impossible?
And Brandon.
The Bourne Identity.
The Bourne Identity is correct.
I've never
Brandon
seen those films.
Gets the first 3 are all excellent. Okay.
That's the one with Matt Damon?
Yes, Matt Damon. Your second question is coming in the category of the MCU. Who plays President Thaddeus Ross in Captain America Brave New World? This movie just got added to Fandom not that long ago. I saw it in the theater, enjoyed it. I think all the negative reviews, I was like, it can't be that bad. And then I watched it. I was like, it was fine.
I mean, people are stupid, and it was okay.
I watched it.
It was a subject of debate at a work party.
Sounds like fun. 5.
It was at Downtown Disney. It was pretty fun.
2. 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brandon.
Harrison Ford.
And Brigit.
Harrison Ford, beloved.
That is correct. 2-1. Your next question is in the category of DreamWorks animation. What does Snow White gift to Fiona during her baby shower in Shrek the Third?
I said DreamWorks and Snow White and really confused me for a second.
That's fair. Confused myself a little bit. It's a little topical. Brandon having a child. Baby showers. I was not invited to the baby shower. I was told it was only for women. And I said, that's mean. And so
you can come to mine. Why?
I stayed at home and cried.
Yeah, come to mine. Why?
I went to a baseball game too. One. All the guys went to a game and got drunk. So, let's go to Brigit.
One of the dwarves as a mommy's helper.
And Brandon.
Oh, yeah. I put baby carrier.
Brigit is correct. One of the dwarves, a dwarf as a nanny, is correct. So we are all tied up 2-2.
Which dwarf was it?
That I do not know.
I don't think that they state specifically. I think he was one of the grumpier ones, though. I remember him being in a really silly outfit.
That makes sense. Your next question is in the category of horror icons. In 1984's A Nightmare on Elm Street, at what type of location is Nancy the first time we see her dream about Freddy? I think I'm just going to spend the round continuing to talk about the players and things I like about them. Brandon wearing a shirt of a band that I happen to enjoy. 5.
Me too.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brandon.
The boiler room.
And Brigit.
I said her bedroom, ?
Both are incorrect. We're looking for her school. At school.
Oh, that'll do it.
So your next question is coming in the category of mixed bag. Oh no, what could it be? Your question is, in the Lost World, Jurassic Park, Ian, Sarah, and Nick find and take care of a baby version of what kind of dinosaur? The doc actually says in the Lose World, Jurassic Park, but I think they meant the Lost World. If there is a film,
That makes
I need to know which one is it before I answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there is a film called The Lose World Jurassic Park, I apologize to the filmmakers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brigit.
I said raptor.
And Brandon.
I think it's a T-Rex.
T-Rex is correct. So Brandon,
I'm looking for it. Yeah. So
your next question is in the category of YA.
Yeah.
In which YA In which YA film will you hear the quote, "I'm just trying to appreciate your last night as a human"?
I wonder which one.
Okay.
Oh boy. Richard,
My t-shirt, it is my work t-shirt for the escape game.
Woo. Is that an escape room?
Yes. So
Nice.
it's a company. We've got so many locations all over the US, including Chicago.
Pens down. Chicago's awesome. Let's go to Brandon.
The Saga Returns. Oh, sorry. That's an old habit. The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1 is my official guess.
I said Twilight. Did you ask the franchise?
The film.
The film. Yeah.
Yeah. So Brandon is correct. Breaking Dawn Part 1 is the correct answer.
See, shout out Nazario. I would have known that if it wasn't for Nazario, my coach.
Your next question is in the category of James Bond. What type of transportation does Bond steal from a terrorist? I'm sorry, let me start over. What type of transportation does Bond steal from a terrorist arms market at the beginning of Tomorrow Never Dies? My first attempt on that question, I put the inflection on the wrong syllable. And it messed me up.
I was at an event last night, and it was a school, and it's St. Margaret's Episcopal, and the announcer pronounced it Episcopal.
Nice.
It made me laugh really.
That would also make me laugh. 1, pens down. That would someone didn't practice before beginning. Let's go to Brandon.
Boat.
And Brigit.
I said a car.
Both incorrect. We're looking for plane.
I nearly put helicopter, which was also wrong, but closer.
It would be. Your next question is in the category of Galaxy Quests. Who initially mistakes the Death Star for a small moon in Star Wars: A New Hope? It's a good movie. I watched this on May the 4th this year.
That's the day to do it.
Yeah. I had just been coming off the re-release of Revenge of the Sith. I decided to pop in A New Hope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brigit, let's go to you.
I said Han Solo.
And Brandon.
Said Luke.
Luke is correct. So your next question coming in the category of Worlds of DC. In Batman v Superman, Clark and Bruce first meet at what specific location? This is a movie. There are scenes in it where I'm like, hey, I like this. And then there are other scenes in it where I go, oh, God, no, please make it stop. Please make it stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Brandon, let's go to you.
A gala. I don't think
and Brigit.
I said a specific location.
That's funny. Both incorrect. We were looking for Lex Luthor's house. Is that Lex Luthor's home? So you're
having a gala.
I think so. Maybe.
But that's
are you challenging?
No, because you said location, and that's like an event.
Yeah.
All right. Your final question in this round is going to be in the category of Pixar. Which Pixar character has, throughout their series of films, met an alternate version of themselves, been tied to an explosive, and been temporarily Spanish?
Easy. I got into a debate about this film franchise at work on Saturday.
Nice. It's a good one. If I said, if Nick was here, he would be like, "Stop talking about the movies. We're asking." 5, 4. I'm sorry, Nick. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brigit.
Buzz Lightyear.
And Brandon.
I put Senor Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear is correct. So at the end of round number 1, Brandon is in the lead 6-3. So it is a 3-point game. As we get into round number 2, it is the wheel round. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to bring in the wheel from wheeldecide.com. Each player is going to have a chance to spin the wheel. If they like what they spin, they can keep it, or they can choose to spin again, but they must keep whatever they spin the second time. Each question is going to be worth 2 points apiece. Unless you check down to multiple choice, then it will be worth only 1 point. Stealing is available in this round. Categories on the wheel today are Disney animation, horror icons, MCU, criminal underworld, YA, mixed bag, Pixar, and DreamWorks. Brandon, you're in the lead. Do you want to spin or defer?
That's never happened to me. Panicking. I'll go second.
Okay. This will be the spin for Brigit. And it lands on Disney. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'll keep that.
Okay. Brigit, I'll be giving you your questions in Disney. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Even though my hair will not stay tucked behind my ears.
Okay,
let's go.
Your first question. Which Disney animated film features characters receiving totems that represent their strongest personality traits?
Brother Bear. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
I love that movie.
I also do. All right. Your next question, Brigit. Who voices the main character, Searcher Clade, in Strange World?
Oh, multiple choice. I think I know the answer, but I'm scared.
Okay, your options are A, Dennis Quaid, B, Jared Leto, C, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, or D, Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal, final answer. I knew it was, but I was like, is it the kid or the man?
The kid or the man?
I only
We are all
watched it
tied up
once.
now at 6. Brigit, as we get into your third question. In the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, who calls a meeting with Pooh and Piglet to figure out how to get Tigger to stop bouncing?
Rabbit.
That is correct for 2 points.
I love Winnie the Pooh.
I do too. Your fourth question. What does Fauna give to Aurora as a gift at the ceremony at the beginning of Sleeping Beauty?
Oh. And I know that if I go multiple choice, it's going to list all of the things. Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, song, B, magic, C, beauty, or D, friendship.
C, beauty.
That is incorrect. Brandon, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, song, B, magic, C, beauty, or D, friendship?
These are all weird gifts. I'm gonna go with A.
A is correct for 1 point.
Yeah.
All right, Brigit, your final question. In Lilo and Stitch, what color ship does Stitch steal when he breaks out of prison?
Red.
He stole the red one. That is correct for 2 points. So Brigit now has the lead with 10. With the steal, Brandon is at 7. So bring back the wheel. This will be the spin for Mr. Cohen. And it lands on Criminal Underworld. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'll spin again.
Okay. This is what you're going to be stuck with. It lands on DreamWorks Animation. All right, Brandon. Are you ready for your questions in DreamWorks Animation?
Yeah.
Your first question. Jennifer Saunders and Rupert Everett voiced a mother and son in which DreamWorks film?
Am I blanking on it? Shrek 2.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Barb the Troll is from what tribe in Trolls World Tour?
That's going to be a multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, funk, B, pop, C, rock, or D, techno.
Can I get a repeat of everything?
Everything, yeah. So full repeat, your question again. Barb the Troll is from what tribe in Trolls World Tour? And your options are A, funk, B, pop, C, rock, or D, techno.
So I'll go techno.
That is incorrect. Brigit, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, funk, B, pop, C, rock, or D, techno?
I want it to be funk, so that's the one I'm going to go for.
That is incorrect. It is rock.
That was my first, but then I was
I had a feeling it was that one. This is going to ruin the tour. What tour? The World Tour.
The World Tour.
That was my first guess. Techno sounded weird, so that's why I wanted to go with it.
They're all in the movie. But all right, Brandon, your next question. What is the name of the father of the family in The Croods?
All
right, your options are A, Guy, B, Ugga, C, Thunk, or D, Grug.
Ugga.
That is incorrect. Brigit, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Guy, B, Ugga, C, Thunk, or D, Grug?
It is D, Grug. Ugga is the mom.
That is correct for 1 point.
And Thunk is the brother and Guy is the romantic love interest.
This is true.
I love the Croods.
Your
It's a
fourth
good
question,
film.
Brandon. Megamind and Metro Man land on Earth on what holiday in Megamind?
Multiple.
All right, your options are A, Thanksgiving, B, 4th of July, C, Christmas, or D, New Year's Eve.
Fourth of July.
That is incorrect. Brigit, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Thanksgiving, B, 4th of July, C, Christmas, or D, New Year's Eve?
It's C, Christmas.
That is correct. For
I watch Christmas movies.
Only the best for you, dear.
I love that movie. All right, Brandon, your
I
final
watched
question.
it like 2 weeks ago.
What type of creature is Queen Nerissa in Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Kraken, B, Mermaid, C, Octopus, or D, Siren.
Mermaid.
That is correct for a 1 point. So at the end of round number 2, Brigit maintains the lead with those steals, 12 to Brandon's 10. So it is a 2-point game. As we get into round number 3, here's how it's going to work. I am going to say the category. You are then going to have to decide whether you want to bet 0, 1, or 2 on the question. If you get the question right, you will gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. First category you can bet points on is Worlds of DC. Let's get bets, starting with Brigit.
I bet 0.
Okay. And Brandon.
I went with 2.
Okay. Your question is, in The Flash, Barry leaves a bar with which hero in a post-credit scene?
We should watch this movie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Brigit, who bet 0.
Aquaman?
And Brandon.
I also guess Aquaman.
Aquaman is correct. So we are now
What?
all tied up, 12 to 12.
All right. It's anyone's game.
Math game now.
Your next question is in the category of epic adventures. Let's get back starting with Brandon.
I went with 1.
Okay, and Brigit.
I also went 1.
Okay, your question in the category of epic adventures. Which Indiana Jones film features the ancient city of Alexandretta?
Can I just read the subtitle? Is that fine?
That is fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Brandon.
I don't remember, so I went with 1 I haven't seen, Dial of Destiny.
And Brigit.
Reached into my brain. No thoughts.
Both are incorrect. The
right.
answer is The Last Crusade. Last Crusade. So
That's rough.
we are
That's
all
one I
tied
have
up
seen.
still 11-11. Your next question coming in the category of criminal underworld. Let's get bets starting with Brigit.
I bet 0.
All right, and Brandon.
I know. I went with 1.
All right, your question in the category of criminal underworld. Who plays Robert Rusty Ryan in the Oceans trilogy?
Can I change my bet?
No.
That's not how it works.
That's why we make it you write it down.
I actually made wrong.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brigit
Brad Pitt?
and Brandon.
Pretty sure it's Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt is correct.
This is the second time that I've bet 0 and then accidentally gotten it right. This is
Correct.
unbelievable.
So Brandon now has the lead 12-11. It's a 1-point game. Next category is Pixar. Let's get bets starting with Brandon
1.
and Brigit.
2.
Hey,
Keep it close.
very exciting. Your question in Pixar is, what is the name of Marlin's wife at the beginning of Finding Nemo?
Oh no. I made a mistake.
If both hit or both miss, we will move on. But if Brandon hits and Brigit misses, the game is over. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brigit
Oh dear. I can't even begin to think I know.
and Brandon.
Home of the lady who cleaned our house last week, Myrna.
Both incorrect. The answer is Coral. Coral.
Oh, that's
Oh,
an
that makes
on-brand
so
name.
much sense.
So here's the sitch. It is 11-9 in favor of Brandon. It is a 2-point game. So very close as we get into the final category, which is Marvel. Let's get bets, starting with Brigit.
I bet 0.
Oh,
Okay, and Brandon.
I bet 2.
Okay, here's the stitch. Brandon,
thought that.
if Brandon hits, he will win. If Brandon misses, we go to sudden death. The
Brandon, you
question,
should do it for the bit.
the question in the category of Marvel is, in X2, X-Men United, Storm and Jean first meet Nightcrawler in what type of location?
Brandon wrote that down with a lot of confidence.
No, the first thing came in my head and I didn't want it to go away, so I wrote it down quick.
It's real.
I don't know if it's right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Brigit
Museum?
and Brandon.
Church?
And your winner, Brandon Cohen. Church was the correct answer. Very close match, neck and neck the whole time. There was a minute there where I thought Brigit had it when she had the 2-point lead on him coming into round number 3, getting those steals off of him in DreamWorks. That was crazy. And you know, she said it herself, and I'm sure we'll talk about it in the post match, but she hit 2 questions she bet 0 on, and like could have had the gap there, but I think she bet 0 because she wasn't confident in those categories, and that's how it works out. And I feel like that's the evil game of the betting round, is that you bet 0, you know the answer, and then it's well, what are you gonna do? But we will see Brigit in the finals of the Omega tournament. But both played excellent. Like Brigit said, maybe the closest match that she's ever played, and I think one of the closer ones for Brandon. So really, really good stuff from both players. Let's go talk to them, see how they're feeling in the post-match interviews. Brigit, excellent match. Like you said, very close, very tense all the way through round number 3. Crazy strategy at the end there, but I was expecting either a 0 or a 2 on your board, and I appreciate the strategy. What are your thoughts?
That was a lot of fun. I feel pretty good about how I played. I'm glad I got some steals in round 2. Round 3 is always like a toss up for me because it's like I know some of the things in categories. So like with the Brad Pitt question, I was like, that's a pretty fair. Like there's a couple of times where it's like, okay, I know a little bit about some of the things, but not enough to bet actual points.
Sure.
So that Pixar question really threw me off, though. I know a lot about Pixar, but not that. Now I do, though, and I will never forget that piece of information ever in my life.
I feel like both of you were pretty confident betting 2 on that one.
I'm always confident with Pixar, and that really threw me off.
Yeah, that's fair. It was a tough one, but I mean, I think you guys both played fantastic. And Brigit, like I'm going to say it to Brandon, but I think you guys just keep getting better, especially recently with the repetitions of how much you guys have been playing with the tournament and other matches and stuff. So
I feel like I didn't play for so long, and then all of a sudden it's like 3 matches in a 3-week
period. Brigit. Yeah. So this does mean that you're moving on to the finals. There's a couple people that are available that we don't know who's going to be in the finals with you yet, but it's going to be one of 2 people. So I'm going to throw the names out for you. You tell me if you recognize them, if you want to see them. We have the number 8 seed, Brandon Dunlap.
I've heard the name.
Or you might know this person, the number 4 seed, Maria Hammond.
Maria! I love Maria.
But do you want to play Maria and put her into retirement, or do you want Brandon?
I mean, the converse is also true. She could play me and put me into retirement.
That's true.
And it's always a fun match with Maria.
That's also true.
That's what I'll say. I don't think I've ever played Brandon, but like the name it floats around my Facebook sphere. So
that's
I think that either could be very fun.
Yeah, Brigit, based on how you played in your last match and how you played today, I think you have a really good shot of winning that finals match and staying out of retirement situation. But either way, it'll be fun to see you in the next one. I look forward to it. We'll see you in the finals very soon. Thank you, Brigit, for being here today.
See you there.
Brandon, your unborn child can sleep safe in the womb because you...
Daddy's a winner!
Their father is a winner. So good shit, man. No, really good match. It was looking like round 1 was great for you, but then round 2, like DreamWorks started great, and then there were some steals there. It was kind of looking a little hairy there for a second, but you pulled it out. Bet smart in round 3 to secure the victory, get yourself out of retirement situation. How are you feeling?
I don't know. I think I bet smart in that. You guys don't show like the betting part, but you should keep mine in. I'm like mouthing every possible scenario. Like she bets 2 on this last one. I need to bet. If I bet 1, then she bet 0 and threw me off my game entirely and just stunned me. But yeah, I felt good. I guess like my weakness has been the betting around 3, and then the last 2 matches, like I lost the last one, but I had that crazy comeback in round 3. Yeah. So around 3, it's just skip round 2 for now on, I guess. I'm never good at that. So let's just go 1 and 3, and I'm happy.
We can do 2 round 3s.
Just the whole match is betting.
Yeah, you start with 100 points.
Yeah,
and see how many you can lose by the end of the match.
I'm in. I like weird stuff, so I'm in.
Brandon, you've escaped retirement, narrowly escaping retirement. Now who do you want to play? Do you want to? I don't know. Maybe
I'm ready.
Makes sense to me.
Throw me in.
I think it makes sense. We just put you in right now.
So, yeah.
That was actually the reward we were thinking about for whoever won the first match of the semifinals of the Omega tournament. Is that person gets
whoever wins the last match, loser gets kicked out. Winner gets a. Well, Daddy's a winner, so throw it. I got it.
Great, I love it. We'll see you in the title match. Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks.
All right, that's going to do it for us today at Fandom Fights. Thank you so much to Brigit and Brandon. Thank you to Nick for writing the match. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a very exciting teams match. And the day after, we have the first match of round number 2 of the Alpha tournament. Words, they're hard. So be on the lookout for all the matches coming up here at Fandom Fights. Lots of great stuff. We'll see you real soon with the next ones. Until then, have a great night.